I do technically have a little bit of an intro script here. Now
Okay.
there's
Well,
two ways I can do this. There's the way I should do it, and there's the way I think I'm going to try it, because
okay.
I think it might be funny.
I kind of hope you keep this bit of dialogue in as the intro. It's like I think I should do it this way, but I'm actually gonna do it this way. That should be the intro. You just cut right there for a little stinger.
Yeah. All right.
Off to a great start.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my microphone back a little bit because I do intend to be doing a little bit of shouting.
Oh boy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen! Welcome to the Collective Stupidity Podcast, or just Collective Stupidity if you're a little pressed for time, that's okay too. This is the only podcast on the internet that is guaranteed, I can spell that for you too, Guaranteed, to leave you with fewer brain cells than when you started with.
That's wrong, isn't it?
What?
It's G-A-U. It's G-A-U.
Nope.
R-A-N.
Nope.
What are you talking about?
No, it's a G-U. I'm looking at it right now. It's spell checked. Guaranteed. I'm looking at it right now, buddy.
Like
Oh,
sniffing a
shit.
fresh Sharpie.
Oh, no.
Have you been spelling guaranteed wrong your entire life?
We can cut this out, right?
Yeah.
If
you want. If you
We're
want.
not going to now.
Yeah, I'm definitely
No.
not now, but have you seriously even spelling it?
No, this was a bit. This
That was a bit, gotcha.
Yeah.
Got a funny bit.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Funny bit.
It was a funny bit.
Funny bit. So funny.
Yeah. It's fucking A. Damn it.
All right.
Continue.
Where was I on the script? Oh, here. Okay. I'm Jacob Redick, your podcast guru. I'm using that term, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Samuel Robinson, applause break.
Greetings.
Dominic Music,
Hey.
applause break.
How you doing?
And this is also the point where if Robert was here, I was also going to mumble under my breath, and also Robert Calhoun. But Robert Calhoun is not here. I suspect he is a sleepy little boy, and he is not present as of yet. Whether he will be later is TBD, but that's okay because we can go on without him.
Always disappointing me.
Yeah, he does have a
It's-
tendency to not be there when you need him to be there.
Yes, he's a lot like my father in that regard.
Okay.
Never there.
Okay. All right. That's great.
Thanks, Sam.
Appreciate the
it.
input for that one.
Noting some like podcast lore right there.
All right.
Yeah, but Rob clearly isn't around when, like he was for the filming. He wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is track for him. No offense, Rob, if you listen to this. You're a great guy.
Yeah. In fairness, that one he did have like an actual event.
Yeah, he did have to go. So we do a thing.
Where was he yesterday though? Like, I mean, technically he had an excuse, but like, you know.
I think the biggest problem wasn't that he left. I think it's just he didn't communicate it to the professor. Which
Yeah,
she
that's-
preferred he did.
That's a problem. Well,
And I think now, because of that, she's not going to let us sit outside of the fucking...
because Robert's a flight risk.
A flight, yeah,
Exactly.
like somebody who like
I
betrays
had
the
a
pool.
feeling.
Yeah, a flight risk.
Yeah.
I had a feeling. We wouldn't... It would be a short-lived kind of deviance. But it's-
Yeah. No, I don't know why he didn't just tell her. That's beyond me. But I can't
No,
speak
no.
for Robert.
I trust Robert for the most part, but I don't know. If I had to make up an excuse to leave class early,
Mhm.
the one he made up is one that sounds kind of made up, right? He talks about like his girlfriend's windshield wipers broke. I mean, you could just.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that one, right?
Wait, you don't think that's real? You don't think it's...
That sounds like oh, my dog ate my homework kind of stuff. Like, I don't know about that.
No.
one.
No,
really?
I think it's real. It's just it sounds fake. It sounds
Right,
really
like
fake.
I trust him. I trust it's real, but
Yeah.
if it was coming from somebody else, I'd be more suspicious.
Yeah.
Like if I said that, for example, you have full faith that I'm lying because I
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
stop
you
me.
would you would MacGyver something together.
Yeah,
You would create some contraption that like solves the problem.
Have
Like,
I told you
I
about my windshield wipers saga?
I believe you've made mention of it at one
Yeah.
point.
But never gave us
briefly.
the full story. Yeah.
Yeah, briefly. My little Honda, the tank where the windshield wiper fluid goes is in the bottom of the engine compartment.
Mhm.
And so at one point I slammed into a curb or something and I cracked it and it broke. I didn't have the jets, the windshield wiper jets for a while. During the summer, this is fine. But in winter, when you get the salt and the slush, not fine. So I had to find a way to fix it, and I couldn't find a way to fix it. So I got a Windex bottle, and I just filled it with washer fluid. I would just hang out the window of my car and spray my windshield as I went along the road. The wipers on full, and that was how I cleaned my windshield.
That's not how that's.
It was like that for like 5 months.
No, you can't.
There's no way that
can't
worked.
Say that to me. You cannot say 5 months. You cannot.
I just had to fix
categorically
it a while ago,
reject.
like properly by a mechanic.
I categorically reject the notion that took 5 months for you to fix, and you were Windexing your windshield.
It wasn't
for 5
Windex. Like
months.
Windex would freeze, but it was like the windshield fluid I just poured into a spray bottle, and I just out my window, and it worked great. I mean, granted, I missed a lot, but when I did hit the windshield, it did wash it.
Oh my god.
Wasn't ideal, but in a pinch it did work. I had it fixed, so relax. It's been fixed now. I have it. It's working.
I would love to be like a passer, but like someone who's passing you on the highway when you're doing that.
Well, you can't be on the highway because it's not that. So it would just spray back into the cab. So I have to do it at stoplights.
You go
Right,
great. You
I
can
have
only
to
do
either-
it when stopping. That's awesome.
Yeah, I have to do it like below 30, right? So if I'm going through a neighborhood, I can do it. But if I'm doing like 80 on the highway, no, it's you're gonna drop the bottles and fly out, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
gotta stop.
That's for sure the issue there.
So why did it take you 5 months to repair? Did you just get so used to it and you liked your solution so much that you just got lazy and didn't fix it in within a week's
Well, I mean,
time?
my solution here, my spray bottle worked pretty good, right? And during the summer, it doesn't matter, right? And then when winter came around, it costs money, and then I don't have a car for 2 days because it's in the shop, and I gotta find rides, and like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait until I don't use the car for a week, which was winter break. So
Oh.
I just made it work. I know it seems like all
Oh,
of my
God.
decisions are illogical and random, but there is logic behind them. It's just logic that most people would say is illogical.
Yeah. It's the best kind
I mean,
of
you're
logic,
still
to be honest.
alive. I mean, that's what all this is for, theoretically, right? Your safety.
Yes, that was a safe action. That's correct,
Yeah,
Sam.
for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the epitome of our safetyness.
It's so
Right there.
safe.
So safe. It's-
So fucking safe. I'm so fucking safe right now. It's crazy.
So I do have a little bit of a topic for us today that I do want to discuss.
Yes.
But first of
Yep.
all though, I have to be honest with you. I have to come clean.
Yep.
I've been withholding some information from you. I'll be honest with you. Mainly I've been withholding information from Samuel because we had a conversation about this at one point, and I did kind of lie to your face.
Oh, you did.
But yeah, unfortunately,
Okay,
I didn't
I
want
don't-
to. I didn't want to, but I had to.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm lost here. I might remember when you start talking. I got nothing.
Are you familiar with my textbook incident that I had last week?
No,
Yes.
I'm not. I'm not aware.
So,
Well, if I am, I've forgotten.
yeah. So I'm taking a media sales and marketing class, right? And at the beginning of the year, we were told that the required text to go along with it is like actually required. Now, me being the skeptic that I am, I didn't believe that, so I decided I was just not going to buy it, and we'll just feel it out as we go. So then last Wednesday rolls up, and the professor says, "Hey, there's a quiz on Friday, and by the way, 30% of the quiz is going to be on stuff from the readings in the book because we can't get to everything in class." Which, one, is a problem because I don't have the book and I haven't done the readings, and two, is illogical because we do nothing in class. Like, literally, most of what we do is look at sales job positions. He stands up there, says, "What do you think?" We wait for 30 seconds for one of the, like, 2 or 3 people who speak in that class to say something. And then that process repeats 3 to 4 times. And that's, like, at least 15, 20 minutes of class every day. So the fact that we can't get 30% of the quiz in is a little bit nonsensical. But whatever, that is what that is what it is. So I'm thinking to myself, well, that's not good. So I gotta get this book. I tried to buy it in the middle of my my natural disasters lecture too, which meant that I had to input my credit card info in front of a lot of people, which I wasn't happy about, but I had to do what I did.
Some could say you were having a crisis during your natural crisis event.
You could say that. You could very much say that, and I love that you say that. Actually, the first issue we run into is that I couldn't find the goddamn textbook. I could not find a PDF version that would get here before Friday. Everything I had was like next Tuesday, and so that's a problem. So I did find a site. It's called tdebooks.com. Are either of you familiar with this site?
No.
DDE. It sounds. Is this a piracy site?
No, it's not. You have to actually pay money for stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but
So it's a scam piracy site.
We'll get there. Hold on a second. We'll get there.
Inefficient piracy site.
You're jumping the shark on me. So I go to TDE Books, and I find the book, and it's like $31 or something. It's like 50% off what it is everywhere else, and I'm like, oh, that's a good deal. And so I buy it. I put my credit card information into this site, and I order it, and I hit the credit card option, but for some reason, it decided it wanted to pay with PayPal. So I think I sent my money to PayPal, which then sent it to TDE Books, which that's a little sus. And I was a little thrown off by that. I was like, that doesn't seem quite right. The next thing I was thrown off by was the fact that the PDF was going to be emailed to me by one of their manual staff in 24 to 48 hours. Now, I'd like to ask you gentlemen a question. Why do you need to wait that long for a PDF?
You shouldn't.
No, you sure
I'll
shouldn't.
tell you that.
That's a great analysis, Sam, and I love you for it.
I have a hypothesis.
Yeah?
First off, I don't think my hypothesis is true,
Okay.
but this is my guess based on what I know about online shopping. I bet that this is like a one-off guy just in his house somewhere, right? This is like a personal business with somebody. And what he's going to do is make sure you've paid and not send anything until he has your balance in his account, and then he'll send it out. And for whatever reason, he doesn't automate this with a computer. He just does it manually by like looking into his bank balance.
Yeah. So
this is my guess.
That's a good guess. I have a different guess. I'm guessing I got fucking scammed. And I'm gonna tell you why.
That's more likely option.
Because
Yes.
I'm looking. I'm like 48 hours. And I had to wait like a long time for this book, and I start looking on the website for like, can I cancel this? Is there a refund policy? All of it is in horrible broken English. The entire website, horrible English. And so I'm thinking,
That's a good sign.
that's so awesome. I love that for me. That's what I'm thinking. And so
Not to be racist or anything, but it does not bode well.
no, it does not.
Thanks for the clarity, Sam.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate the little little warning there. But so I'm waiting. I wait like 24 hours. I wait till Thursday. I put the order in at like 12 or something, I think, on Wednesday. So I waited that until Thursday. I didn't get anything. It was at this point that I realized, one, I'm not getting that money back, nor am I getting that textbook.
Yeah.
Two, I realized I was being a fool, and I don't know why I didn't just get it through the college bookstore, because I completely forgot you could do that, and it gets you it.
That's a really fair point. You could have gone to the college bookstore.
Yeah.
It would have been. You could rent it too. It'd be cheaper.
Yeah. So you guys,
I kind of thought. I just assumed you did that to begin with, and they were out of like copies of it, and you went somewhere else.
No. So you guys want to guess what I did next?
Went ape shit.
Sure.
I went to the college bookstore. I went to the college bookstore and I bought the book for like $66. And I did this. I have the email for this. I did it Thursday, February 13th at 4:59 p.m. That's
Okay.
The exact.
hold on. Yeah, 4:58 p.m. I got it at 4:58 p.m. That's when the order was put in. A minute later, I get the PDF. I get the PDF from the So now I have two of the same textbook.
You could return the bookstore. Oh, did you lose the receipt?
No.
Is that what happened?
Listen. I say I technically have two, but the issue is I don't trust that I actually have the one from TDE Books because I got it from Krista Purinton, and the email address is support@senabooks.com, which is not the place I ordered the book from.
Okay.
And these are just downloads of PDFs, and I don't want to download anything from these people. So, I now have I potentially have a $31 book just sitting in my email forever from TD.
So there's the dilemma.
Yeah.
You know what you got to do?
What do I got to do?
Open it on the school computers.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd love that.
I'm like, you shouldn't
never
do
know.
that. Yeah, like you shouldn't do that. But like, if I was in your position, I would consider opening it up on like one of the computers in the commuters' lounge where they're never used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
Yeah,
that.
don't do this. But
but I could. Yeah. Oh, that would be really funny. But yeah, anyway, the moral of the story is do not buy from tdebooks.com. That is not, you don't want to get your books from there.
Actually, that's a good point.
Moral duly noted. You know, I don't think you're wrong for not buying the book before class. Every college class I've had, except for this, my audio class this semester, every college class I've had, the professor has said, you know, day one, we're not going to use a textbook. I hope you didn't buy it. Right? every class, right? To the point where I've even had some professors like tell us, yeah, don't buy the book until you know for sure you're gonna need it. Like, don't buy it till like week 2 of the class.
Yeah.
I've had professors tell me this. Right. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's an unreasonable decision you made to not buy that book. I thought that was pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only used one book ever. And granted,
I've ever used a textbook before. My audio class is, I think we had the same professor, and it is based right off the
Yeah.
right off the textbook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the name of professors, so prepare to bleed it out. It's right?
Oh, it's you know it's
okay. Yeah, we're in the same. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh wait, you have a class with that was the textbook thing that you were.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, his quizzes are just based off the textbook.
Yeah.
Straight off the textbook.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, that was.
You know what? Honestly, is kind of even the worst part of it, though.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at the textbook once I got it. It's like I didn't even look at it for the quiz because I was looking at like the reading guide and it's like 5 whole chapters of like sales jargon and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I spent $66 on this book for literally no reason. I spent $99 on this book for no reason. I have 2 copies of it and I didn't look at one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. That tracks.
You can't win them all. That means the moral of the story there. You can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. That's yeah.
Yeah.
Or be it from trying. I'm gonna try to win them all. Eventually, I'll get it.
Yeah. But oh my god, I'm just I've been wanting to like scream about this for like I've had to hold this in for like a week.
You can let loose. I can be your like quasi therapist for a little bit. That's fine.
I'm so pissed. I'm so like just the entire like it's the fact that the other one came in so soon after I bought the other one. Like that's what really pisses me off because like it's a minute after I got it. It's like it had to have known. Like, am I crazy for thinking they like had to have like hacked me somehow and figured out when I got the actual book, and then they just sent me their like? Is that crazy to think like that?
I will tell you this. I think it would be crazy to say that they hacked you.
Yes.
What I would not say is that I would not say it's crazy to say that spiritual forces have conspired against you due to your karma. If you had,
Are you saying
you
I
told
have
me
poor
that,
karma?
I don't know. Only you would know that.
I mean, I probably do have poor karma. I'll be honest, but that's not. That's neither here nor there.
I don't think. I think you just. I think it's just a product of bad timing. Like coincidences do happen. I think that's what that was. I don't know if
you don't feel like it was an act of God or an act of a hacker group.
Honestly, no. I think it's just pure coincidence.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'll
cool.
go down the God approach. I'll.
No, you're entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong. That's cool.
It's fine.
we got the three heads of science here. We got rational thought, schizo priest, and paranoid tech bro. It's perfect.
Oh, which one's which?
Well, I'm a schizo.
I'm not the schizophrenic priest, am I? I feel like that's not a.
You're rational thought.
You're
I'm
rational
the schizo
thought.
priest.
He's schizo priest. I'm whatever the other.
Paranoid tech bro.
Yeah.
You need to understand. Very, very, very few people have described me as a rational person.
I know, it really is shocking that you have to ask. I mean, it's a valid question.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
It is strange. Oh gosh.
All right.
So you were saving that story for like this
I was
today?
yeah. I think you asked me like, did you get the book that Friday of the quiz?
Oh yeah, this is coming back to me now. I did ask, and he said, "No, wait, we're gonna put it on the podcast." And I was like, "All right."
Yeah. Yeah, but
just
no,
don't
I think
down,
we were having a conversation about Marvel Rivals, and then you were like, "Did you ever get that book?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and I lied because I didn't technically lie because like I did get the book, but I didn't share the whole story.
Yeah, I'd call that like a white lie, a little fib.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah, a
fib.
little white lie.
We do a little fibbing around here. We do a little fibbing.
We do a little fibbing.
Yeah, but you know,
Except for me, I'm 100% honest. I've never lied about anything.
yeah, ever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Never. Not
Yeah,
even once.
I see how quickly that lie crumbles.
that's- well, it's because I'm so honest. I could have just kept gaslighting you the whole time. Make you really think of that.
Yeah. You know, let's just kind of change topics a little bit. People always tell me all the time that like the phone is listening to us, Big Brother is listening, and to an extent, I do agree with this. I totally companies, they want data to better their sales markets, but if they are listening to me, they are doing a terrible job. Right? I get ads that have no relevance to anything I'm doing all the time. I get ads for like bras in Spanish. Right?
Dude, I get that too. Oh my god!
Right?
I cannot. I had a run like 2 years ago. Every other ad was a Spanish tampon ad. I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Right?
It makes no sense.
It's confusing.
Like I don't know Spanish all that well. I'm not gonna use tampons. It's not gonna happen. The really bad ones is I get like tourism ads for Norway or like Finland, Sweden, and I'm sure these are lovely countries, but I hate the cold. And it must know I hate the cold because I'm constantly looking at like rentals in Florida. You think you can pick that up, but I guess not.
It's doing it to spite you.
It's doing to spite me.
Dude, I swear to God.
Sweden in February is not where I want to be.
Yeah, no, I swear to God. Like most, if not all tech is at least in some degree motivated by spite. Like it has to be. Like, cause like I can't even count the amount of times I've needed something to work and then it just doesn't work. Like it's an emergency. Like I need to get this reading done on my computer before the class that is in an hour. Oh no, you can't connect to the internet. Ugh! Like there has to be something going on there. That the machine spirit.
Do you know what's
is angry
terrible
at
with that? Windows is terrible with that. Right? I swear, every time I need to do something urgent, Windows decides, "Oh, this is a great time to update."
Yeah,
How many updates do you need?
exactly. Like
It's
so
because I have
stupid.
Windows 11. It might be because I have Windows 11. And Windows 11 is not.
Windows 11 is
good.
not a very good
I
platform.
might have to downgrade to Windows 10.
Yeah, no, I got a new desktop like a few years ago, and then
Yeah.
I had to like have Windows 11 with it, and I almost cried. Like it's so like the only nice thing about Windows 11 that I have found is in the File Explorer you can do tabs. So like you can have one File Explorer
a nice
open,
thing.
and then
I've
you can
done that
have a
before,
tab.
yeah.
That's the only thing that I found that's good with Windows 11.
Well, in the File Explorers, they have this thing now where it used to be you right-click on an item in File Explorer and every option would be listed.
Oh my
But
god!
now you
And now
right-click,
you have to hit another option.
Yeah. It's like 5 options, and now you have to dig for like 5 menus to get to duplicate. And like, I don't want to go for this.
Oh my
Right?
God.
I deal with a lot of files. I have, we do media, a lot of files in media, and I hate this.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, this is pushing me towards Linux. I don't think I can ever do Linux, but my friend of mine uses Linux, and I envy his ability to do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to eventually. I have to do Linux, like, and that, it's important. Like, it's on my bucket list to buy a Linux computer and just because like Windows fucking sucks, and we keep complaining about it. and nothing ever fucking changes.
Mm.
Am I getting serious there for a second? Like, why continue doing business with these people?
Well, because the thing is that requires change, and from my experience, change is always not worth it and bad. That's why I use Edge. So I know we've had this argument before, but I'm not switching because I am lazy, and I have it and it does work, but
I love that serious tone of voice, Sam. That was a great serious tone of voice. That like turned to like an after-school special. It's like, we've had our fun, kids, but we never. Windows is not good for you. Stop it. Get some help. I had that exact same thing.
Get help.
It was great.
Get some McDonald's.
Get some McDonald's.
That's not the line. That's not the line.
No. Stop it. Get help. Oh gosh. But no, wait, change. I mean, come on, that can't be accurate. You like change? I mean, isn't the whole university experience for you kind of a change in some way?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, that's like forced change. I'm not being forced to change to Linux.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair.
I mean, like, think of it this way, okay? If I didn't go to college, what else would I have to do? I'd have to get a job, and that is yucky. That's yucky. I don't like that. So like it's kind of it's very gross actually, and so it's one of these things you have to tolerate, but it's it is what it is.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean it's
yeah.
If you want to make money,
I kind of like college. I'm enjoying the change in my life of college, but to each your own.
I'm not saying I dislike it. It's just it's one of those things like there wasn't much of a choice in whether or not I went to it. It was kind of a given.
Yeah, it's either education or the minds. That's it.
Yeah, I am enjoying the not living in a dorm. I enjoy not being in a dorm. I was in a dorm for 1 year and it was terrible, and I hated it. And now I'm not in a dorm. Very happy about that. That's a good change.
What did you hate about the dorm?
So many things.
It sounds like you've never been in a dorm.
Yeah, it's like. Okay, so a dorm. All right, so this is like half a joke, half not a joke, but a dorm and a prison are very similarly designed. Right, they're very similar, right? The only difference is that in a dorm you can leave, and they don't like pad the walls. That's another big difference.
And the toilet's also not in the middle of the chamber. It's
Yeah, they have it. Well, okay, look, I went to a different school before I went to our current school, and my old school used to be way out middle of nowhere in the country, down south of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their bathrooms were just they were bad. Like I mean this, they were not good, right? So there were to the men's side of the dorm, right? So the ladies on one side and the men's on the other side. The men's side of the dorm it was maybe like 30, 40 guys, and then our bathroom was shared, and it had a tub.
Mm-hmm.
1 shower stall and 2 stalls for a toilet. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is an unacceptable amount of stalls. It should be like twice as many, if not more.
Right.
An unacceptable amount of stalls.
So what happens is you have to sacrifice one of the stalls to be a quasi urinal. Right? Like nobody uses the stall for number 2s, only number 1s, because no 19-year-old can aim, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then
right.
You have a shower stall and you have a bathtub, but the bathtub is never cleaned. So it becomes like it was white in September and it's become like this yellow by mid-November. So only people use the stall, it's the shower stall. So really there's only 1 shower with like 35 guys. And again, unacceptable amount of showers. And because it's a bathtub, right? Not like a stall, like a bathtub. At some point, some guys filled it up and clogged the plug for it, and then they released a fish they caught into the bathtub. And that was pretty dope. That was pretty fun. I do approve of that.
Where did they get the fish?
Well, it's the country, so they fished it out of a ravine, probably. They it's like a trade school out in the middle of nowhere. It's out south. So it's they went.
So but like why? Okay, so I can't comprehend. Okay, so you're fishing, right? You're fishing. You're out with your buddies. You're out with the fellas.
Yes.
You're fishing. You catch a nice fish. You think, this fish would be awesome in a bathtub. Let me go put it in one. And then you walk it to the car. You have to like fill a tub with water of some kind to transport it there, or alternatively, the pond has to be so close to the dorms that they run the fish up to the dorms. They draw the bath. They have to wait for it to fill enough to put the fish in, all while hoping that the fish doesn't suffocate the entire time. The amount of decisions that's the amount of thought you have to put into it, because the amount of decisions that go into that is crazy. Like,
I think you're putting way too much thought on this, right? Like these students are not that smart. This was not a premeditated fishing, right? This is a post-meditated fishing.
No, exactly. There's no thought to it. I bet you,
they caught a fish, they put it into a cooler, and their intent was to gut the fish and eat it, right? And they put it back to the dorm, and they were gonna gut it or whatever. Like, wait a second, do you know what'd be really funny if we like clogged that bathtub with a fish in it? It's like, oh yeah, man, saw dude, and they just did it. I don't think it was thought out. I think it was an in the moment fishing.
That's like literally our thought process. It's like, do you know what would be really funny? And actually, yeah, that's probably what happened.
But even
that's what I mean.
Even still,
what other justification do you need?
Even coming to the decision to put the fish in the tub is still a hurdle for me, because like, what? How does that?
Fucking morons. That's it's not
Jacob,
a hurdle.
Never underestimate the human ingenuity. Like, we are very clever people, humans. Yeah. We would do dumb shit no matter what.
You're right. I'm foregoing the human spirit right now. I apologize for that. I need to know my place.
All right, some of us spray our windshields with Windex to get the salt off. Like, we're very ingenuitive people.
Remember the human spirit, Jacob. Remember
for sure. I'll have to put that in my meditations for later.
Meditations for later. Remember the ingenuity of the human spirit. Nihilism gets you nowhere.
You gotta be optimistic in these times.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, man. Gotta be optimistic.
That reminds me of I do remember hearing at one point a story where like there was this group of guys on a school trip over in like Europe or something, and they went to a market and they bought a lobster, and I'm pretty sure they carried the lobster back to their hotel room, and then they also put it in a bath, and then it was a Model UN trip, and so they took the lobster all around the campus that they were on, and they put it in places, and it was like they sent their friend like a picture of the lobster in front of the room they were in during the Model UN conference. And it's just like.
Lobster.
I think it's so funny that like it's not a one-off occurrence, that like people just do this to like sea creatures. They just pick them up and they put them places. Like
it's like Flat Stanley in second grade. Remember Flat Stanley? You had to take him home, take him on a trip. Did you do that when you were a kid?
Are you talking like class pet?
Yeah, like a class pet.
Yeah,
or my school we had like Flat Stanley, which is this like flat character guy. You had to.
I like how you say it like that's a relatable, normal thing.
Is that not normal? I mean,
no,
I did that.
Absolutely
I was, my school did that.
No, Flat Stanley is not a universal thing.
Maybe that's like a Catholic school thing. I don't really know, but I did it, and I have fond memories of taking Flat Stanley to the best place in the world, Tops.
Is Flat Stanley an object, or is he a creature?
Yeah, it's like a cutout doll of like a kid, right? It's out of paper, which is why he's flat. And there's a book to go with it about how like Flat Stanley journeys the world. I mean, he learns about all the places of the world, and then we like add to his story by taking him home with us. I guess I don't know. This was like second grade. I'm gonna Google this.
This sounds familiar as hell.
Yeah, no, this
sounds very familiar.
It might be because it's the human, the paper human equivalent of the Humphrey the Hamster books.
No. I found it. I'm gonna send it in the Discord. You have a look at it.
Okay.
This is a real thing. It's Flat Stanley. Yeah. It was a book series.
Mm-hmm.
You're so skeptical. I can hear your skepticism. You have to believe, Jacob. You have to believe.
It's just, like I know what you're talking about, because we did that with class pets. Like we did that with hamsters.
Right? It was that, and then we had a cutout of this guy, right?
But it's just the fact that it's some kid is so.
Well, it's not some kid. It's Flat Stanley.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's Flat Stanley.
It ain't some kid,
but
we would color in this guy, right? We would color in this guy, and we
Yeah.
would take him home with us, and we had to make like a journal of where he went and what adventure he went on. It was that kind of stuff.
Oh, so we've lost Samuel. At
Oh,
some
we
point.
totally did. We have lost Sam.
And then Robert, is in the group chat right now.
I was he having a fit?
Yeah, he says, "What happened to 12? I was being so productive! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!"
You are gonna edit this, right?
Yes.
Because this section right here may not make the best podcast.
No,
material.
no, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
At this point of the timeline, this may not be peak quality.
Not suboptimal for sure.
Suboptimal.
Suboptimal for sure. Hey, look who it is.
Oh, is that Sam? That's not Sam.
That's not Sam.
It's,
That's Robert
that's not
Calhoun.
Sam.
You summon a bitch.
Listen, Samuel had issues, and we had to start earlier.
I was being so productive. I was doing my laundry. I took a shower and I was like, all right, I guess I should look at my phone to see if they're even awake. And then I wake up to like 24 text messages.
Well, if it makes you feel better, you've missed pretty much nothing.
Very little content.
We haven't talked. Yeah, like I talked about Flat Stanley, and then we talked about fish, and then we talked about a textbook. That's about it. You caught up.
Well, okay, what kind of fish?
Bathtub fish, Robert. We talked about a bathtub fish.
A bathtub fish? What the fuck is
Yes.
like a fish in a? Who the hell has a fish in a bathtub?
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Oh my God.
it was my dorm. It was my old dorm, way back.
Okay, first of all, where did you live where you had a bathtub?
My old college had it was an old dorm, and the men's side of it had a bathtub instead of a like shower stalls.
That's so weird.
And one time, one of the other guys in the dorm released a fish into the bathtub and just left it.
Naturally.
That's like
as you do.
that's like so weird. That's like if a prison had it's like if a prison had bathtubs instead of public showers.
I know, right? It's like it's a bathtub. It might have been the woman's side at one point in the history of like, it's an ancient building. It's like from the 50s.
Oh yeah, ancient history.
Well, you know
yeah.
what I mean. It's New York. Nothing's old.
Yeah.
Right. I envy that about
Yeah,
Europe.
true.
Right. In London, you can come across a bar or a pub that's 1,000 years old, just casually. But in America, it's maybe 250 at the tops, maybe
Yeah.
300 years. Beyond that, nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is an issue that also like fix itself in 500 years. But
Yeah,
1,000 years
that's
from
true.
now, there will be 1,000-year-old things here. We're just not there yet.
So the collective stupidity. Where the hell did you get that name from?
It
The
might
collective
be me.
stupidity.
That
It's
sounds like a me thing.
so what happened is, right, we came in on the last day of Intro to Audio Video, or I did, and you guys were talking to Gannon about like what we should call our like production house, and somebody said Collective Stupidity, and you said it as if it was like an inside joke that I was not a part of. So I just kind of appropriated that, and that's how we got the
Okay,
podcast name.
So you stole the name.
I am not going to use that word. Well, I mean, it's not stealing because I'm part of Collective Stupidity Productions, but you know.
Okay, hold on.
But
Okay,
do you
so
remember that, Dom? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Only in the most vaguest way possible.
There's the. Hold on.
He's pulling up the logs.
It's in our group chat with Gannon. Hold on, let me find it.
Okay, well, while he's looking up the log, I looked up synonyms for stealing, since apparently you don't want to use that word. Appropriate. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
You
Appropriate
thieved it.
freeboot.
You-
You freeboot the
No,
property.
no, not freeboot. Freeboot's
Copyright infringe upon this property.
purloined the name.
Do not use the word purloined with me, sir. Imagine coming 40 minutes late to a podcast, and you're trying to use the word purloined.
Thou helped oneself to thy name, Collective Stupidity.
Listen. It's not like I was a quarter of that original name anyway, so it's not. And then like we have 75% of it anyway, of like Collective Stupidity in the group anyway. And then so I just figured, it makes sense. Samuel knows what I'm talking
What's
about.
going on?
No, you know what I'm talking
What?
about, though. You know what I'm talking about. You can agree with me right now, without knowing anything. Just say I'm right.
Right now?
Yep, right now.
Right
Say
now?
I'm right. Say I'm right.
What
Yeah,
will you
okay.
give me? What will you give me?
A quarter shilling next time I see you.
Nah,
All right. All right.
you'd have to give me more than that.
Normal shilling.
I want your soul.
No, that's no, that's I can't do that. I can't do that.
I thought you were agnostic. What's wrong, man?
It's pledged to another.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
you
Okay,
know-
how about
you know how it is.
$3? $3 then.
$3.
The
I
equivalent.
can do $3. Not the equivalent. You asshole. My soul is worth more than $3.
I'll take $3.
It's not even worth it to me anymore. No, you've just
There's
insulted
gotta be
my
like at
entire
least some
well-being.
inflation in there.
There's gotta be some what? There's gotta be
There's gotta be at least
what-
some inflation within their value. I mean, $3, maybe like 6.
maybe 6.
That's not
I
much
maybe,
better.
It's half. It's 50% better, man. I don't know what you want from it.
It's not. That's not even how the math works out. It's like it's 100% better is what you mean.
Oh, yeah. I guess. Yeah, you're right. Well,
Yeah,
no,
3 to
right?
6 is
No,
100%
is
increase.
it or is
on,
it
three.
or is it technically like 200% better? Because if it's
No,
3,
it's 100.
Yeah, okay, I was right. I was right. You were wrong. I was
100%
right,
increase,
and I was right about
3 to
the
6.
name, and I'm right about everything. So we can just stop arguing with me for all time. Thanks. All right. Anyways,
Oh, I'm not getting my $3.
no, you're not
Or
getting your
$6.
$3. You're not getting your $3 to $6. No, you're not.
Okay, well, I guess you just got to mug Jacob on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't.
You-
I'm
of
sure
all
I
of all the
can.
people in this call, you want to mug me?
Well, no, I'm saying that we all mug you.
Well, I'm saying that maybe we mug the person who showed up 40 minutes late to the podcast
Okay,
that we've
listen,
had
it's
scheduled
not-
for
it's not-
like 2 weeks.
Okay, well, you can't say scheduled when you change the time
Well,
to an
you know,
hour earlier.
I'm just gonna say, Robert. We texted about the time change at about 9:30ish. So
Okay, well, one, I was asleep, and then I woke up, and then I didn't.
you didn't check your phone when you woke up to see if anything.
Nope.
All right, well, okay, great. That's
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
He's thinking.
he's thinking.
Hold on. Yeah, there's my rebuttal.
Hold on, is the rebuttal.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
That's my rebuttal. Hold on. Do we have any other listed topics we should go over?
I
in
do
the
have
next
a
10 minutes?
I do have a topic here.
Okay.
Yeah, now that everybody's here,
Now everybody's here, and so
my fault.
it is your fault. So it's a little bit of a hot topic lately, but there's been a lot of driving issues these days because of the amount of snow on the ground.
And lack of salt.
and lack of salt and plowing and all
Lack
that.
of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lack of general preparedness for this event, which is relatively common in New York State. But that's
It could be
Right,
worse.
damn it.
We could always be Texas.
we could,
They're worse at snow than we are.
We could.
that's true.
It could be
worse.
New Orleans. Yeah, they could always be worse.
Or New Orleans, yeah. Have I ever told you about? I don't think I've ever told you this, but my brother Joe lived in Texas for a couple of years during the snowpocalypse they had
Mhm.
in like 2020, 2021, whenever they had it. And it's so weird. He said it was so weird being the only New Yorker in like an apartment building full of Texans during a snowstorm.
Yeah.
It was great. When it dropped down to 50, all right, his building handed out frozen pipe warnings. Like they must know in Texas, they must understand that water freezes at 32, not 50. But maybe not. Maybe not. It dropped down to 45, right? And his boss just called him and said, "Hey, I'm not gonna come in. You're on your own. This is pretty much like I'm giving up."
See,
And when it dropped down to 30, they just it was pretty much anarchy.
so like I understand their like qualms about like snow because like they don't have snow, they don't know how to deal with that. I get that. It makes sense on a fundamental level. Why are you closing things for temperature? Like
Because it's the end times. That's why.
It's the end
I'm
times,
not-
and like
50
it's
degrees is not the
very
end
common trait of
times.
people to panic with things that don't really matter. Right? 50 degrees, that's freezing in Texas, right? They don't understand.
Yeah, it is.
32 is the standard.
My stepdad used to work in used to live in Florida, and he
Florida's
was
like this too.
working.
Yeah.
He was working as security in a middle school, and one day it started snowing, and like everybody stopped everything because a lot of the kids there at that point had never even seen snow. So they're all like walking outside, and it's like that part in the movie where they're all like looking up at the sky, mouths open, like catching snow in their mouths because they'd never seen it before. And that's what it's like in Florida. Like 40 degrees of like sweater weather down there.
Hmm.
Damn.
And like up here, I still see people in like 20-degree wind chill. It's like -3 outside. I see people walking around in like a t-shirt and
Yeah,
shorts.
shorts. Like have some
And you think
have some fucking respect. Like for the like if
you do that to a Floridian, their head will explode.
it's disrespectful is what it is, honestly, to like nature. Like it's going through the effort to be cold for once. Put some fucking respect on that.
You
know what I'm
can't
talking
taunt
about?
Mother Nature like that. She's gonna bite back.
Yeah, like do you know how rarely it gets down to like that? It's like 15 degrees or whatever it was yesterday. Put some fucking pants on, dude. Like for the love of God. Like this is a rare event now.
You know,
Oh my god.
the coldest weather I think I've ever been through was up in top of Lake New York, way up in the Adirondacks in mid-February, a couple years ago. And it was like a sudden cold snap, and I was up there in the middle of nowhere with some friends at a cabin. I think the high was like -4, and it was a low of like -12. It was really, really quite cold.
Mhm.
And I distinctly remember my car wouldn't start because it froze. Like it wouldn't turn over, and I had to jump it with a truck, somebody else's truck.
One time I got stuck in snow at the base of my driveway.
That almost happened to me
Yeah.
the other day.
There was so much snow, and like my tires are like kind of going to shit. So I tried getting like a running start in my car, and I got stuck in snow. So then I had to call my mom. She had to come outside, and she had to help me clear the snow, and then
Mm-hmm.
help me shimmy my car out of the snow.
Yeah, no,
Jesus.
that's it's funny you mentioned that because it was Wednesday. I came home, right? I'm driving home. I'm coming down my road, and I see in my driveway, I see a red car, and I see a tractor in my driveway. Now, keep in mind, I do not own a red car or a tractor. No one in my family does, but it's there, and there's also a bunch of people there that are not a part of my household. And then my dad is outside, and he's usually working at this point. So something is amuck. And as I'm getting closer, some red car from like Instacart or something. So some red car got like stuck off the driveway, and there's just these massive like gouges of snow, and like you could where you could see it was trying to like get back and forth, and the wheels were just digging in. I couldn't even park in the driveway. I had to park off to the side, and I had to watch as they tried to like push this car out of the snow that's like just piled next to the driveway. But the funny thing about it really is like it's the same spot that I almost got stuck in when I left. It's
Oh.
it's the exact same spot. Because what I think they must have done is, I imagine it's what I had to have done, is they probably pulled all the way up to the front, like near the garage, dropped off the groceries or whatever, and then they backed up. But there's two cars like on the right side of my driveway, so they had to kind of get as far left as they could. And what I think they did is their left wheels went off of the driveway and onto like where the grass would be, but that's all covered with snow, and so they got stuck in a rut. And I think they didn't manage to get out like I did. It's bad luck, but it was really funny because I just there was a crisis unfolding as soon as I got home the other day. It was really funny.
I mean, that's always fun to see that like there's nothing a crisis unfolding.
Yeah.
And bonus points if it's a crisis you yourself had narrowly avoided.
Like that's hilarious to me.
Makes you feel a sense of superiority, doesn't it?
Oh my god, you have no idea.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm quite happy. I convinced my parents this year to buy a snowplow service,
Mhm.
and I'm quite happy I did that. because otherwise I'm sure my dad would call me over like twice a week to shovel the driveway. Like I don't want to do that, Dad. I'm sorry, you're on your own. Like you're about to be retired, you can afford this. Just you have to just make it work. But they did get his plow service this year, so I'm quite happy about that.
Yeah.
It's like wow, paid off.
Do you live close to your parents, Dominic?
I don't. They live out on the east side. I live in the middle of the city, so
If he would have called you,
How long a
in the middle
drive
of the
is
city?
that?
it's only about 10 minutes. It's not
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
It's just 490.
Oh, okay.
I was just 490.
So I do have a question though, Samuel. You got your license recently, right?
I did, yeah.
So how have you been driving in the like? Is this the first like real snow you've been kind of driving in, or have you driven in snow before this? Because if this is your first like snow experience, I think that would be kind of funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it would be. It's like it's been like toughed out at the beginning, right? Like if you can make it through this, you're good.
You'll make it through anything.
Yeah.
I would like to
Maybe
say
not
that.
Tupper Lake in February, but anything Rochester for you, yeah, you'll be fine.
This is technically my first snow. I would like to say that but like the thing is, so here's the issue, right? There's 4 licensed drivers in my house. I'm the 4th. The other 3 were my mom, my younger brother, and my younger sister. Those are the 3 drivers. And all 3 of them together have collectively stopped me from doing any driving whenever there is a snowstorm. So I've had like little to no experience. Like they will not let me. They will not let me do it. They will just drive me, and then they're like, I'm like, what? How am I gonna get back home? They're just like, you're just gonna have to wait 3 hours after your classes. It'll pick you up.
Bruh.
I was like, all right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. My parents took a much different approach when they taught me how to drive. Pretty much the moment I got my permit, my mom was like, "All right, great, you're driving now."
Yeah, my mom made me drive her. My mom made me drive her everywhere.
Yeah. Right. She was like, "The second you can drive yourself somewhere, this is great for us." So, are you 16? Permit. Are you 18? License.
Yeah, I drove myself home from getting the permit, I think.
Oh my god.
And I think it was also
not
snowy at the time too, which was really fun.
They're not supposed to let you do that. I'm surprised.
I mean, well, no, I mean, you have the permit, you can do it as long as there's a licensed adult in the car.
No, it was my mom. My dad's not too big into teaching me how to drive. I think it's because I was a really bad driver and I kind of scared him. But my mom is, deal. So we did the parking lot test where I go into a parking lot and she shows me like what the brake is, and then once we do that, highway.
Oh god, that's a lovely jump, isn't it?
Thanks,
The first time I drove, I almost hit an ATM.
Happens.
Okay, because what happened was my mom took me to the bank because I needed to deposit some money, and she stopped the car like 10 feet in front of the ATM, and then she literally puts the car in park. There's nobody behind us, there's nobody there. She goes, "Okay, you're gonna drive us the rest of the way." So literally 10 feet ahead of us. I thought she straightened out the wheel, the tires when she put the car into park. So I was like, okay, I'm really just gonna put the car into drive and then just inch forward 10 feet and then put the car back into park. I put the car into drive, and then we immediately start veering into the ATM. So then I had to drive around the whole building because I'm basically perpendicular to the ATM.
Right. Oh god.
So I had to drive around the rest of the building.
Listen, it was really the ATM's fault because it should have checked its blind spot before merging.
It should have.
Yeah.
The ATM.
The ATM should have just readjusted.
Yeah, that's on. It shouldn't have been there. It shouldn't have been there.
No.
Who put this ATM here?
That's not on you.
You gotta check your blind spots. That is an important part of driving. Change your lanes.
Yep.
Check the blind spots.
Dude,
Safety 101.
Yeah, no.
Yo.
You got it because the one time I didn't. One time is did I just?
Whose cat's tweaking out?
Is that my?
I heard that too. Someone's cat went a
my
little.
cat.
That might be mine.
I think
It might be my cat.
It's mine.
It might be
outside the
one.
door I hear.
Oh, you have a cat.
I have 3.
Type shit. Nice.
I also have 3 cats. What an interesting response to, I have 3 cats. Yeah, I have 3 cats. Kick ass, dude.
That's totally radical, man.
Tubular.
What kind of response is
I as somebody who owns cats of my own, you're a cat brother. You're one of us.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, man.
Fucking hate my cats, bro. Fucking hate them.
What?
No,
Yeah,
Oh, you have
I'm
a
not.
cat? That's so cool.
That's-
I hate mine.
that's so valid though, because like I can't let my cats into my room because they go through the garbage, and that's like it's a problem.
Oh,
Yeah,
my cats
no.
are only ever in my room.
Yeah, no,
Lucky.
no, that's
Okay,
not
well,
I
okay,
had-
well, okay. The
got,
thing
like,
is that I'm in the basement. I have like the whole Yeah, I'm a basement dweller,
You live in your
and
mom's
I
basement.
I have a mini Australian Shepherd, and she terrorizes the hell out of my cats.
Oh.
But she isn't allowed in the basement because the cat boxes are down there. So she's
Yeah.
not allowed into the basement unattended.
Mhm.
So the cats like spend all their time in the basement.
Get away from her. Oh, that's. Yeah, I get it though. Cause fuck it, man. Like, does she like bully them, or are they just scared of her because she's so big?
Uh, that she's just a lot bigger than them. I mean, she doesn't like intend to bully them, but it does come off that way because she like wants to play. You know how dogs are? They'll like jump around, they'll like jump back and forth. To like a smaller cat, it does look like she's just trying to intimidate the shit out of them.
Hey, listen. Okay. You guys can keep on going. I don't know if you guys want to keep broadcasting for another hour, but I gotta go see what my granddad wants to talk about. Possibly opening up a restaurant.
Ooh.
What?
Exciting.
That's
Exciting.
Possibly.
exciting.
I'm not. I don't know.
I
It's gonna
think
be.
I know what you should name it.
No,
What should I name
no. Whatever you're gonna say, no.
The
hear it. I
Collective
wanna hear it.
Stupidity Restaurant.
No.
Collective
The collective-
Stupidity Restaurant.
No, that's not a good name for a restaurant.
Collective Restaurant.
No, that's
Collective Restaurant.
collective. Such a
How about
fine-
okay, Sam? Hear me out. Hear me out.
All right.
Samuel's dubious collectives. Ah, no, damn it. I gotta
The
wait this out.
restaurant.
I had
The
it,
restaurant.
and it's lost it.
Maybe I'll name it the Hoonster. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Do not name it the Hoonster. Do not name
Do
the
not
restaurant
name it the Hoonster.
That sounds like that sounds awful.
Very unappetizing.
That sounds like
Very
what a creepy uncle at the club would call their penis. Like that's not.
No way.
no.
Yeah.
That's Robert's
Yeah.
nickname, bro.
You see, it's funny because in high school, people would make jokes about that. People would unironically call my penis the little hoon.
All right. You
Nice.
guys can stay on air if you want to. I better hop off. But,
Oh, Sam,
I'm
I
loving
have a name. Okay, you should, Samuel's Splendid collection of dubious edible delicacies. I mean, come on.
The fuck?
That's great.
It writes itself.
It writes itself.
Sam's
It really
restaurant.
does.
Samuel's Splendid collection of dubious edible delicacies. I mean, it's perfect.
He is confusing the word delectable and delicacies into one word.
I totally am. I
But-
put those two together in my head.
Jesus Christ.
Like, English is not.
Anyway, Sam,
I'm not good
it's been a
English.
pleasure. You can go to your business meeting.
Yeah, thank you.
Have fun.
Dominic, send me that name in the chat, and I'll pitch it to my granddad. He'll probably won't use it, but he'll think it's
You
funny.
definitely won't use it.
Have
For
a good
you,
night.
Sam.
See ya.
Anything. Anything.
All right, see ya.
Yep, yep.
All right.
That's so fun. A restaurant. That's so random.
It's I mean, hey, restaurants are cool, man. They're,
I mean, yeah,
they're sexy.
I like
It's
these.
where the kids are these days. All the cool kids
I
are in
like-
restaurants.
Yeah, kids these days eat.
That's
Yeah.
that's not
This is
even like
busy
remotely
food.
true. Like, is that where the kids are? Is that where the kids are
Well,
going
listen,
nowadays?
No.
okay, listen, Grandpa. Back in your day,
What?
maybe it was different.
When have you
But-
gone to a restaurant to hang out? I don't. I don't go to restaurants.
I mean, I used to do that all the time in high school before I had like a car.
Yeah, I went to Denny's with some fellas a while ago. It was fun.
Actually, now that I think about
Granted,
I do
it
go
was
to- I do go
against
to
my
Tully's a
will, but
lot.
that's neither here nor there.
No, I do actually go to Tully's a lot. Now that I think about it, and I went to Mesquite a lot, a Mexican place by my high school.
You also got to keep in mind,
I'm putting
we're
myself on here.
we're adults. Like restaurants is like the place to go with friends. Be
Oh, for you
be
guys, yeah,
Oh,
I
I
go to
wanna,
a bar.
I wanna hang out. Where do we go? Where do we go? Oh, do you want to go get some food? Sure. Kill two birds with one stone. You get food with your friends, and you eat.
Yeah. Taco
That
Bell and
totally is.
Denny's are really, for at least my little group, that's really where it's at, I think.
I'm telling you, that's why we gotta do this stuff in my Discord, because I have a lot of people from.
No, you
Hilton.
keep pushing that
No,
idea.
it would be.
That's not happening.
Please.
No.
Okay. What if it would be an interesting spectacle, and there's like 20 people in the server that we can promote the show to.
That's so awesome of you. Not doing that though. That's
Okay, why? Give me one reason.
because I spent a lot of time making this server, and that's just how it is.
The hell do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Look, I spent so much time on it.
There are 24 messages in this server.
Yeah,
Wow,
don't worry about it.
And one
Don't
voice
worry about
channel.
it. Don't worry
That's a
about
lot
it.
of messages,
It's
man.
a
That's
lot
more
of
than I can
messages,
count.
yeah.
24.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah, one,
Two
one,
times the
two,
apostles.
20.
Woo!
Anyways,
That's a lot.
I do
That's a lot.
have an.
I'm not sure I can go on with that. That's an immense amount of messages.
Thank
right
you,
there.
bro. Bro,
Am I being
saying he has an
sarcastic? A little
outro
bit.
over our over our collective stupidity.
Hey, roll credits.
Hey, roll credits.
So I do.
Is that it? You're gonna just cut the show like that?
I might
Just gonna end it
actually.
like that?
I did technically have an outro written out.
I like the idea that you should end it like mid-sentence in one of our sentences with no context. Like you should like stop it like here.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Like, that's the
my
show.
my
It's pretty
outro my outro literally is "fuck it, we ball." Like that's what I have written out for the outro. So I
yeah,
might just do that.
It's pretty well planned out. Yeah.